Hello, my flowers. Good, beautiful, wonderful morning it is. Today is December 4th. Welcome to my channel and welcome to our self-growth journey. Right now, I'm actually trying a new park I've never been to before, and this park is bigger than I expected. I could see the leaves changing colors. One tree is all green and the other trees are yellow or orange and the other trees are red and maroon. I'm just overwhelmed right now because beauty is all around me. So without further ado, I'm gonna tell you the main lesson I've learned this year. By the way, I'm sitting so uncomfortably, like I'm literally sitting on my bag because this area is tilted. Okay, I'm gonna get to the point now. The message is to move your body or just move in general before your brain does. What? You're like, what do you mean? How I said it is exactly what it means. I'm gonna stop sitting on my bag. I don't remember specifically what book I read it from, but it was saying it's better if you move before your brain does because your brain likes being comfortable. Doesn't that explain why we stay on TikTok for hours? Because it just gives us that sense of comfort, like, oh my gosh. Many of my friends or many of the people I know, they always say, oh, I wanna work out, but I'm so tired. I just came home from school. I'm just so exhausted. First of all, it is perfectly fine to feel exhausted. I believe it's completely natural to feel exhausted and tired. We are human beings after all, and we do have our own limits. I emphasize moving before your brain because your brain likes the feeling of comfort and your brain likes staying in that zone. But the thing is, the comfort zone is not someplace you want to stay in. But do correct me if I'm wrong because I don't remember specifically since I haven't done psychology since senior year of my high school and I graduated like a while ago. But I believe it's the amygdala that activates fear. And fear only happens because we want that sense of safety and it likes that sense of comfort. One thing that could be making you not want to do the stuff you want to do is because you're spending your energy most on things that you shouldn't spend it on. And the main thing that I said earlier was like scrolling through social network. So scrolling through TikTok for hours, you are using time and time is energy. You're managing your energy and spending most of it on scrolling on the social media just to keep your brain entertained. I believe that's normal, especially if we're running on automatic, but that's not what we prefer to happen, right? We don't want to stay on a social media for hours staring at other people's lives because we have our own lives to take care of. However, you can get out of that state. But then you're probably thinking, but it's so addicting. Yes, it is addicting because your brain likes that, but you gotta think outside your brain. You're gonna be like, how the fudge do you think outside your brain when you think with your brain? But you think outside your brain by thinking outside of its comfort zone. So when you're about to have the urge to go on social media, let's say Instagram, and scroll through your Instagram feed to see what people are doing, look at their highlight reels, or just look at their stories. Actually, most of the time it doesn't help us to be focused on other people's lives because we have our own lives. We have enough about ourselves that we need to learn about, and we have enough on our schedule to manage. So one thing that I'm gonna emphasize is social media is draining your energy. And once you do something enough, your habits will become you. You create your own habits, but then eventually your habits will create you. So if you keep doing this on a daily basis, of course your body's gonna memorize it. Your body's gonna think, okay, this is normal because your body memorized it enough since you kept listening to your brain's comfort zone. Another part that I'm gonna mention is people will think to move your body you need motivation. Of course, that is a very important part. But the thing is, you don't necessarily need motivation. You just need to keep this mindset. And I know it's easier said than done. You know how you heard of the phrase, yes, motivation is important, but it's not what keeps you going. It's discipline. I think of it more as habits. Habits keep you going. As human as we are creatures of habit. People only want to be motivated because they want to do it. But the thing is, if it's something you want badly enough, the discipline and the habit will make it stronger than the motivation. And it's perfectly fine to be tired, remember that. I always take breaks. I also take times to rest. That is perfectly okay. That is actually very productive. I know it sounds a little bit like, oh my gosh, that is overwhelming. But it's all right here. It's this thing is really powerful. Like, you can't underestimate this because this has so much power than you think. But yes, that is the second point, which is motivation does not play a huge part in moving your body before your brain does. Discipline and habits do. The third part in this video that I'm gonna say is investing in yourself has to do a lot with this. It's all about thinking, okay, I am loving myself. I am investing in myself, and I am investing in myself as much as I would want my significant other to invest in myself. I believe if you really have the drive to invest in yourself and really be willing to focus on your self-love and self-growth journey, any comfortable thought that you might have is never going to be stronger than the drive you will have to really show yourself that you love yourself. And I believe moving your body before your brain does is such an important way of investing in yourself, truly, because many of the stuff we want to do has to do with moving our bodies. When we're so comfortable in the place we're at, we don't want to move our bodies. It kind of makes our growth stagnant and we stay in place. We don't want that for a long time, at least. So I believe if you really want to invest your time and energy on growing and loving yourself, any thought of comfort that your brain might make you want to do, like staying in bed or just not doing anything at all, it's never going to be stronger than the will you will have to love yourself. The top 3 things that I mentioned about moving your body before your brain, one thing that I mentioned is time management is also energy management. The second thing, motivation is not necessarily needed. The third is investing in yourself. But without further ado, I want to thank you so much for watching this video. I am so grateful for you to take time and click my video, check out my channel, subscribe, liking my stuff. It truly means a lot and it helps me get closer to my dream each day. I am so grateful for all of you. Until then, I will see you next time. Please don't forget to seek things to be grateful for, which is all around you and especially within you. I know you got this. We are in this together, okay?